GM Farcaster. It is a very happy Friday, September 6th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, or maybe a little bit more. We do have Robin from moshicam supposed to be joining us in just a bit. So, Robin, if you're listening, come to the studio. It's time to come to the studio. We did have to move it because even though isn't he on the East Coast, he was still like 8:30. Really? It's like, I don't think so.
Requested a later time. We accommodate. It's good for our West Coast friends.
Yep, absolutely.
It's good for people who like to sleep in.
Yep.
And
we always accommodate when we have guests who want to change things up or need to change things up. We're happy to.
yes.
So we're going to get started.
GM Humpty, welcome.
Yeah, Humpty's normally not able to join us. So yeah, we're glad to have you here. We're very glad to have Humpty here. Always great to see you. And Aloha Sparks, another one we don't get to see very often. Let's start with this. We did drop yesterday the latest piece for Here for the Art with Renee Campbell, and it is stunning, and I'm so excited. And I'm going to pull it all the way up on the screen so everyone can see it. It's called Blurred Lines, and it has been dropped to all of our Wow subscribers, and everyone else is able to mint this on Zora for 1,500 DGen. So go pick this up. It's pretty amazing, and all of those funds go to Renee. So we're just really excited to be able to do these pieces with all these different amazing Farcaster artists. And then this morning we streamed the Here for the Art interview with Renee, and it was really fun. It was really fun to do the watch party and have her in there chatting with us about, what her interview. And she was really nervous about doing the interview. So she did great. It was so fun. What'd you think?
Couldn't tell. Yeah. Did you just call everybody fartists?
I don't think I did, but I think I said Farcaster artist, but
artists,
fartist, I guess we could go with that. I don't think that's a good idea, but
I don't think it is. I would never.
No, I did not ever
recommend we do that.
I did not
for
say that.
For Farcaster.
Farcaster.
Renee said when she says Farcaster in an Australian accent, people think she's cursing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Farcaster. I get it.
I love her piece, by the way. Can we pull it up again and just stare at it? It's so pretty.
So good.
All of the artists, we tell them make whatever you want, and it's always in their style, but it's Farcaster and GM Farcaster themed. And she said she liked this because it kind of gave a little bit of like crazy and calming vibes at the same time. And it said it reminded her of the feed. I get nothing but calm from the image of this. It's just like, it's so calming, but I understood what she meant.
Yeah, totally. And look who's here. Hey, how are you, Robin? You can't hear us.
I can't hear you.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hi, Robin. So hopefully we'll get that figured out.
This is how the sausage is made. We do our sound checks live on the air.
Yeah, live on the air. Here we are, Robin. He's okay. I'm going to remove him from the stage for a second and let him figure that out. And we'll bring him back in just a minute. We'll keep plugging along, and then we'll bring him back when he can hear us. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, Robin. And we'll bring you back up. But I do want to mention a few more things.
We got the thumbs up.
We got the thumbs up? Okay, amazing. Hold on. Actually, you can bring them up. There we go. Oh, all right, we got the thumbs up.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Amazing. Sorry about
that. You are back. I'm going to move us to the side. Ooh, I don't like that. That's not good. This is a little bigger. GM, we're so glad to have you here. We're running through some of our news for the morning, and then we're going to dive into all things moshicam. So I'm very excited.
Amazing.
So we got a couple more things to tackle. it was exciting news. I know to you, Adrian, I'm sure it was very exciting. Rainbow now supports Warpcast mobile transactions. You all know that there's endless actions you can make on chain when scrolling Warpcast. Open Pokemon cards, paying your friends, minting whatever, things like moshicam. So you go have fun exploring with Rainbow. Yes, this means we added MWP for my nerd friends. So you can select the Rainbow wallet as your preferred wallet for some things. Some things I think will still default to Coinbase Wallet, but now you do have a couple options inside of Warpcast. So this is exciting. Moving on, the top 10 of the Lincoln Cabal. I'm not sure why are they calling it Lincoln? Any idea? No idea. I really don't know.
We're supposed to be able to explain inside jokes on the show.
And we don't know this joke. We don't know the joke.
Is it number 16? Was it like the Sweet 16?
It was Sweet 16. It was for two. They did Lincoln 11. I think they started using Lincoln Cabal, and I don't know what that is.
I don't like when I'm not in a cabal, and I don't know.
Trisel, we need information. So please let us know what's going on here. But here's the top 10. So still hanging in there. I'm still waiting for my bracket because I'd like to bet. And if I was betting, I'd never bet against Keckers ever or Ted. It's a bad idea.
Did King and his poop emojis get kicked out?
King is gone. King has lost his crown.
So he committed to only posting literal shit, and he got kicked out. And honestly, I think that is a redeeming quality for Farcaster, because if he stuck around when he was literally posting nothing but shit, then
then we know we have a problem. So there you go. No $5 for you, King. You're out.
Yeah, so, Robin, who do you think's gonna? Who's your bet?
Well, sorry, just to be clear, these are the set of users who like have
every day
have crushed the $5 USDC reward every single day.
Exactly.
Holy
So
cow.
Adrian made it to the Sweet 16 and then she dropped.
Ooh.
So, yeah, she was hanging in there for
a
while.
Good run. That's a good run.
It's a good run.
I
only made it day one. I made it to day one, and then I was out. And then as soon as they started incentivizing it, there are people who tried harder than I did.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, obviously, it's like really hard to bet against Keckers or Ted. Is it Keckers or Kessers?
It's Keckers.
It's hard, but like they have so many followers, so it's like, you know, the onus is higher. I feel like. I mean, this might be biased, but like I love the content that Afrochicks is posting, and I feel like she has just like really good go-to reliable content that she can post on a daily basis. Whereas like I think everyone else has to get a little bit more creative.
True.
So that would be my bracket bet.
And then I'd say she does not want to grow her followers yet because it will hurt her. She's got a smaller group of followers than the other big whales on here, so it makes it a little easier. But she's been killing it. She's been absolutely killing it.
Okay, shout out to netknows.eth in the Unlonely chat who explained the Lincoln joke, and it's so obvious once you know that we should have known. Lincoln is on the $5 bill.
Oh, duh! What is wrong with us?
Okay,
what is wrong with us? That was so bad. I am so disappointed in the both of us that we did not know
I'm
that.
firing myself. That was
our intern is fired. No, I'm just kidding, Elliot.
I don't think I've seen a $5 bill in like 2 years.
I think that might be why it wasn't clear.
Yeah, it's not obvious.
So you can't blame us. We don't carry cash anymore. If it was an ETH symbol or something, I don't know. Okay, now we have that explained. I'm so glad to know. Thanks so much for that explanation, NetKnows. And a couple more things before we dive into all things moshicam. The boosts are popping. So the other experiment that sort of launched this week was boosts for folks who had less than 10,000 followers and were hitting some other qualifications to give them a bit more of reach and amplification. And Joelle was one of them. I'm getting boosted. Thank you. I'm bringing attention to my serendipity series a collection of reflections on the creative process, which is often a journey into the unknown, along with a serendipitous path of exploration and experimentation. So that's pretty cool. Glad to see artists using this for this moment. And then we got at W here. I'm being boosted. Feel like this is going to be a waste on me for this 24 hours, but we'll see. That's funny. It's been interesting to see how folks are using their boost too, because Alina Ferry, when she had her boost, was actually quote casting a lot of other folks to get them more attention. And I was like, that was really nice, Alina.
Yeah.
That was really nice. That was great.
Use your power for good.
Use your powers for good, exactly. This from Nat Eliason. He still doesn't understand channels. I still don't really understand channels. Should I default to using one? Only if it's super relevant. Is it a way to reach new people or to narrow who among your audience it hits? So, quick explanation of channels. Channels, when you cast into a channel, you're casting it to all your followers plus the followers of that channel. So it does amplify what you're casting. And then also people can go back into that if they're just scrolling through that channel and want to see what's happening in that channel, it will appear there as well. So I thought this was also funny, Adrian, because you were very anti-channel when channels launched.
I don't recall. I'm pretty sure if we go back, I've loved channels since the beginning and never had anything bad to say.
Liar.
I never called them glorified hashtags, and I never said I didn't get them.
None of that at all. So any other advice or comments about channels that you want to share, either of you, to Nat, who's struggling to understand, and maybe others?
I'll just say I had a road trip last week and I pulled up some old podcasts and I was listening to many such cases where I was catching up and Dan came on. So it's already now. It was like, I think he recorded shortly after FarCon even.
Yeah.
But he talked about channels. And then I was listening to another Farcaster podcast that had, and I can't even remember who it was, but it was talking about channels. And honestly, it's I think Dan admitted there's a little bit of struggle with kind of, are channels the thing? How do you do it? Has there not been an investment in terms of turning them into something? He really pushed, remember, like if you want amplification, cast in channels. And people have, he did train, he said the people who kind of have the largest engagement, largest followings tend to be the ones that are casting in channels. It's changed my behavior. Like I will always look to find a channel to cast into more so than I used to. I think it's not always clear why.
Yeah.
I will.
How about you?
I will. I'm just saying I'm gonna opt out of this. I feel like it's it's spicy. There's a lot of there's a lot of takes and there's like I'm just gonna stop myself. I think in general lean towards posting in channels.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think most of the time it's helpful. It's not going to hurt. And there's very few times when I don't have a channel to cast in. And if I really don't, I just don't. And I don't overthink it. I don't try and make it fit, something that doesn't make sense. But most of the time there's somewhere that makes sense. There are some folks that only look at channels. Like, for example, there are some folks that only look at nouns channels and they look at nothing else. And I know this because they've asked me, are you on Farcaster? And I go, excuse me? What do you? Because they only stay in that one channel.
The one thing that I will mention that I actually was just talking to Gianna about my wife. So she doesn't have a ton of followers. I think she has like less than 1,000, and she has, at least in her anecdotally, seen a lot more engagement when she doesn't post on her channel. So when it's just like totally bare, versus posting in like moshicam or something else. And so I thought that was really interesting because the channels that she would post in obviously have a ton of followers. So I think there's still like probably some waiting going around. Like just because she posts in music doesn't mean that every single person in music is going to see her post, right? So it's almost like it almost seems like the inverse is true for her. But I couldn't explain why.
That's interesting. That's it'd be cool to actually get some data analysis on it just to see if it's really holding true still, or if something has happened with the changes to the algorithm where maybe it's not making as much of a difference as it used to. And I'm really not sure. So that's interesting. Brack, we really don't have time. It would take me the rest of the episode. But Nouns is a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, and you can check /nouns to learn more. Yeah, there's whole taverns built around nouns. So
it's a religion.
It's a whole
religion,
thing.
Breck, and we don't have time.
We don't have time. We just don't have time.
Or a cult.
I wanted to shout out.
But one thing, hold on, as a non-nounish person, but I will say 100%, like 100% of the people I have met who are active in nouns are the coolest, most generous, like amazing people. So like, I don't really know what nouns is either. I do now, but it's, I don't know.
We are
do a lot of like public goods.
We do lots of things. Yeah. A lot of public goods, a lot of all kinds of different
artists, creators. Yeah. So
a lot of artists, creators.
I think what's super interesting about nouns is like in and of itself, it's its own universe. So like even within nouns, there's different communities that really don't interact with each other, which just blows my mind.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was talking to I mean I hope he doesn't mind that I like just call him out. I was talking to Drew Kaufman, right?
Yeah.
I think he's done so much for nouns. I think he's done so much for like Nouns Coffee. And he's like really just passionate and like just provides a lot of really good input whenever there's like, a vote. And he's like, dude, I can't do the glasses. it's like I love nouns, the
if you
noggles,
say glasses,
how dare you,
the noggles. I mean, that's what I meant.
How dare you, Drew? I am so disappointed in you, Drew. I am definitely getting a picture with you with these on when I see you, Drew, in LA in October.
Yeah, he's gonna block me.
That's funny. Drew's been awesome, and they were funded to start a coffee shop actually by Nouns. So that's Nouns Coffee. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, moving on, because literally we could do the whole show about Nouns, and let's not do that. So they're not sponsoring us, so no, yet. Just kidding. This is from Magic Eden, and I'm just shouting out the intern. Intern, you're killing it. You're doing great. So this is from Magic Eden's intern. GM, good morning. TGIF, thank God it's Farcaster. WWJD, what would Jesse do? BRB, base rules, buddy. So I just thought that was cute. So keep up the good work, little Magic Eden intern, whoever you might be.
Magic Eden knows how to play the game.
They're doing well.
Yeah, speaking of which, I see that the handle's me on base. I never noticed that. So
yeah,
they're playing the game really well. Like they're playing the Farcaster audience really well.
They are. Yeah, even I think the intern even apologized for saying something about Solana the other day. They know the audience. They're doing well. This from Johnny Mac. New on hypersub.xyz, monthly recurring credit card payments. Pay with a credit card. Subscribe on chain. This will mint an NFT to the connected address and top up the on-chain balance of time every month. See the details there. Enabled for the hyperactive podcast only. More creators coming soon. So this is a cool new addition. I know this has been part of Johnny's strategy for growth and scaling to make sure they could get other folks on there for subscriptions. So very cool. Do you want to make sure we mention? Oh, go ahead.
But just before, and I kind of love seeing this, and I just like the intersection of credit cards and traditional payments with crypto, but on the back end and whatnot. But question for people who have hypersubs, because my feeling is like if you're on hypersub, like don't you love paying with your own wallet and this, and just curious what you guys are thinking in terms of like, would anyone pay with credit cards? Are you excited about this? And I'm
personally wouldn't
think about this. So
I also don't like to change things into USD because then it makes me realize how much I'm spending. So I prefer to keep it in ETH. And that's a whole other thing.
comment.
It's a whole other thing. I know. But
I feel the same.
I would keep it in crypto, but I totally think this is a great way for scaling. You feel the same? Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't look at the
100%. I mean, it's
USD
like
price.
it's. I was scrolling. By the way, huge shout out to Johnny and Hyperstar. I mean, just a phenomenal product. Like, I I was scrolling through the front page and I just wanted to subscribe to everything because it's just really just a
Yes.
tremendous amount of artists, writers, podcasts, all kinds of stuff, and like you could just really easily get to a point where you're spending like 1 ETH a month. Like you're literally subscribed. You could get to that number very quickly, very easily. And so just thinking about like what that credit card charge would look like if I'm literally paying like 2-3K a month for content,
Yeah. I don't
is
want to
really
see it.
scary, and definitely just want to like isolate it to like play money.
It's so funny. It makes it so much, yeah, it makes it less real for me that I'm spending money. And I know Adrian's like, this is not what I want to hear from my business partner.
I finally understand Adrian's face, LOL. And if you were listening to
This
the audio
is Adrian's
only,
face right now.
my eyes could not be rolled up higher in my head, and I don't know where to start. I'm gonna have to have like a finance 101 lesson.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this
Okay.
later. Yeah, links to Woofy. You're gonna appreciate this particular episode of Adrian's face.
And to answer, and if you haven't heard of Hypersub yet, it is a crypto subscription service. So for creators and others and software as well. So it's just think about like it's enabling ongoing payments, recurring subscription payments, and the founder is Nonlinear, aka Johnny Mac, aka Meme Lord.
AKA Meme Lord. Yeah, exactly. And we do have a Hypersub that is available, and we have some benefits for those who subscribe, like
And the consensus
art piece that we just sent out to our WoW subscribers, which is cool. What were you going to say?
Yeah.
There was
consensus. The consensus from our crowd, and I'm not surprised, is everybody prefers to pay with crypto, not going to do it with credit card, although good for non-crypto folk. So,
yes,
are you bringing in? So I agree.
Yeah, it's great to give the option for sure. And there's some folks who also like to earn points and they like to play that game. Sparks, shout out Sparks. So there might be other reasons, that they want to pay with credit card. A couple more things before we dive in with Robin. I loved this from, speaking of Naomi, Afro Chicks. Let's get to know each other. This is the first ever AYA Ask You Anything. So reply with any emoji and I will ask you a question. Lurkers can browse through the answers and get to know you too. Let's see how this goes. So this was really cool. And the question she asked me was, what was the best decision I ever made? That was really hard. It was so much easier to think of my bad decisions than to rank the good ones. And my first one was moving to Florida, just because that changed the trajectory of my life. And my second one was going to FarCon in Boston in June, the first FarCon, and 2 years ago, or not even a year and a half ago, and meeting Adrian there, which also changed the trajectory of my life. So there you go.
And like 65 other of your now best friends.
And yeah, exactly. So
wait, sorry, did you say you moved to Florida? I didn't realize you're in Florida.
Yeah, I moved there in 2001. In here, I mean, yeah.
Oh, amazing. Wait,
I'm originally from Massachusetts, so.
Oh, sweet.
I live in Naples. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Very cool.
I'm down here. But yeah, so that was way back when, and that was a big move for me because I realized I could leave the state I grew up in. So it was like, oh, I don't have to live in snowstorms in April. Yeah, that's what it did. So, hey, Lo Amigo, I love it too. It's pretty awesome. Oh, is that Gianna, your lovely wife, who little PSA from your lovely wife, Robin, stop sending feet pics to Robin. Just kidding. That was a great cast. That was a hilarious cast, by the way. Okay, a couple other quick things.
And Gianna, I owe you some notes about Portugal, Lisbon travel notes. And if you've not gone yet, I just remembered that.
Okay, so she's going in I think like 3 days, and the person she's going with is Lo Amigo, who's she loves Naples.
Cool.
So the pair of them are going to Portugal together and need some Rex.
That's awesome.
And
I hope you like pastries.
Okay. Oh, they leave on Tuesday. You got time.
Okay, I'll send you some notes.
You got time. Send some notes, and also go check out her latest blog because it had some pics from Lisbon, didn't it? I think it did.
Yeah,
it had pics from your trip. Yeah. So that was really cool. Go check out Naomi's cast. And then this, Dan was investigating degraded performance on Warpcast, quote casted by C. Corella when Dan is out of banger casts. And I think Dan's been out of banger casts because this was his other one.
Yeah.
This will make most people on here mad. So I figured I would cast it. It made us mad, Dan. It made us a little mad. And I'm mostly mad about one thing. Why in the world is Boston on tier 3? Come on, buddy.
Like, how did it even make a list?
Excuse me. How is it not in tier 2 at the least? I'm really disappointed. It should absolutely be at least in tier 2. And
I think 3 is perfectly reasonable.
I do not at all. Not for Boston. For the rest of them, fine.
Didn't you leave? Wait, didn't you just talk about leaving Massachusetts?
I know, but I'm still from there, and so is Dan. So that's why I'm disappointed. But anyway, especially since I think Boston's better than most of those 4 cities. But I think
Boston City is amazing. The history is amazing. I think you take out the sports fans, and it goes to tier 2, tier 1.
The sports fans are the best part. I have to say, I still root for everything Boston. No, that's never going to go away.
Separate podcast.
Yeah, separate podcast. The reason I left was because of the weather, not because of the people or the sports.
But the local people cannot define their town. It has to only come from visitors. So like Boston people can't put Boston on the list. So if you're like,
it sounds like Cope. It sounds like Cope, NYC. It sounds like Cope.
We don't think about Boston, okay?
You're that meme. You're Don Draper.
We're happy. We're permanent number 1 slot. Even the fact that Los Angeles is 2 on the tier 1, we don't even know what Los Angeles is.
You're like,
wait, Adrian, are you in New York City?
I live in the suburbs. Okay, I have listen, I'm a middle-aged mom of 3 kids. I live in the suburbs, but it's my city.
That's so good. That's so good. And I was talking to someone. Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just love the loose association with New York City that we all have. Like, I met someone in Idlewild who was like, oh yeah, like we were talking where we're from. He's like, oh yeah, I'm from New York City. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, where? I used to live there. Like, which neighborhood? She's like, oh yeah, Jersey City. And I was like, wait a second.
So that was my very first home, but that is not New York City.
I don't know if you can sneak it in there.
Yeah. I was actually born in Jersey, so there you go.
Cool.
It's still in me a little bit. There you go. Jersey City was my first home. And speaking of various cities all around the world, today is Farcaster Friday, the first Friday of the month, a little experiment. And there are meetups that have already started. Like Tokyo's already had their meetup. Because it's already Friday. It was already Friday there last night. And there's events all over the place. Take a look at this cast by Ted. Find one near you. And if there isn't one near you, come hang out with us right here. So we'll be streaming from a bunch of the different locations. We're gonna have different people popping in. I am looking for some co-hosts. I did send out a message this morning to a few people who RSVP'd on the URL one. So if there are others who want to join me on the stream, just hit me up. Hit me up in the DCs or tag me somewhere and I'll get that link to you. And then also we'll have the chat going. We're going to be in the StreamYard primarily for the chat so that I can bring people up as they pop in. But I'm really excited. And this leads to something else that we're going to talk about. And we'll start there and then we'll work our way back, which is that we have some moshicam activations happening for Farcaster Friday. So this is exciting, and I have to share a different screen. So we have a fun little moshicam frames, borders that are specifically for Farcaster Friday. So, and there's an activation going on as well that goes with this. So do you want to talk about that a little bit, Robin, as to what's going on with this? And then we'll back up and sort of dive a little bit more into moshicam and like what that is for those who might not know.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, what is this?
This is your Farcaster Friday.
I'm kidding. Yeah, for sure. So today I guess there's like gonna be a ton of IRL events. So like people meeting up in different cities. People who are essentially on Farcaster. There's gonna be a URL version where you can join Prof on a stream. And we figured that it'd be really fun if people can basically capture the moment, right? Like take photos from those events and share them as Polaroids. And our app, moshicam, allows you to do that. And so we basically just have these customized Farcaster Friday borders. So actually, the handwriting is actually Ted's handwriting that she sent in.
Oh, that's funny.
At the bottom of the border, and we also have like these stamps that represent the different sort of cities where these events are happening. I don't think we've been 100% exhaustive, so apologies if your city isn't in there. We'll try to get them in there today. But yeah, that's the idea. And if you do participate and if you do sort of like create a photo and then post it in the Farcaster Fridays channel, then you are eligible for a giveaway. So we'll have we have some merch both on the moshicam side and the Farcaster side that will be essentially raffling out. And yeah, we're really excited.
This is so fun. So let's dive in a little bit more to, so for those who don't know what moshicam is, can you just give us a little TLDR on what this is and sort of what brought you to create it in the first place?
Totally. Yeah, so it's like, it's hard because you almost have to explain it in different ways to different people, right? So like if you're a normie who just like knows nothing about crypto, that's like one story, right? Of like what is moshicam, and then if you're like crypto curious and you kind of know Ethereum, NFTs, like that's like a different story. So I'll assume that your audience is pretty well versed, like knows like what an NFT, like they're on Farcaster, right? They're watching GM Farcaster, and so it's basically just like a really, really easy way to create, to put Polaroids on chain. Like on-chain Polaroids is kind of like the easiest way to think about it. It's mobile first, so it's a mobile experience. You don't go to like a website and like upload a photo there. So it's a mobile app where you essentially select a photo, and there's like an editor, and it's almost like, it's like Instagram, maybe minus like with like 99% fewer features, but essentially like an Instagram editor where you kind of like pan, zoom, and then you choose a Polaroid border. So you choose a border that kind of goes with your photo, and then you can add stickers to it, and then publish it, and it's automatically on chain. It uses Coinbase Smart Wallet. It's published on Base, and a lot of the complications are kind of abstracted away. So we do a lot of things under the hood for you automatically, so it feels really smooth. And I think the thing that the piece that we're most excited about is like the frames, right? The Polaroid frames, like the Farcaster Friday one or what have you. We have Nouns ones. These were not created by us, right? Like we didn't design this FWB Fest 24 frame. Someone else, like other communities have submitted this, like whether it's an artist or like a DAO or an organization, whatever. And so it's almost like it's a very composable photo, I guess. It's a photo that's composed of like the picture that you took, but also like some other artists like helped kind of design, and you can decorate it with stickers that like yet other people submit, right? And it's almost like a very collaborative collage of stuff. And then when that thing gets minted, when that thing gets collected by other people, which different people collect these for different reasons, but if it does get collected, then the collect fees kind of get split amongst you, the person who took the photo, and then like the Polaroid creator and the sticker creator and all that. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
I like the way that you're doing the splits too. I think that's really helpful to the creators and making it part of an encouragement and incentive to actually create it, and to also drop a photo on there. And it was so much fun like when we were at base camp and seeing all the different photos that were up and having the tag in there so you could scroll through everyone else's pictures from FWV Fest and Basecamp and then mint them. And so that was really fun. And there were some that, either things I missed or things I was in that I didn't even realize people had minted. So that was really fun to be able to sort of pick those up and mint them for, a couple cents or whatever, whatever it is. Yeah. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I think what's really fun is giving people a reason to post something that they like normally wouldn't post, and I think Instagram actually did this really well, where a random picture of what's on your desk might not be cool in and of itself, but you add a filter to it and all of a sudden it's like a piece of art, and you want to show it off with your friends. And so a lot of the photos, I think what I love about the stuff that's shared through moshicam is the photos. I mean, this is no offense to anyone, right? The photos aren't that good necessarily, right? They're not by themselves these incredible art pieces. Some of them are, but a lot of them are just really casual everyday photos. This is pretty nice. I don't want to say any negative things about this,
but it's a very this is just what you're doing in that
moment. Exactly.
Yeah. And it's just fun.
But I think it's Polaroid, right? So it's not fine art, it's Polaroid everywhere, and it captures moments with friends and daily life, and it's with all the stickers, it's super playful and easy to do. I love it.
Yeah. So fun. And you're also seeing, pictures from people's gardens and their travels and all kinds of fun different things. We're already seeing some photos from Farcaster Friday. So here's a little bit in Tokyo on my way. That's the other thing, is you can put text on here as well as stickers. So you can really customize it however you want with the borders and the different frames and different stickers and things. So very cool. I love what I'm seeing already. These are cute. You got some little doggo. Little doggo on the Farcaster Fridays.
Everyone loves dogs.
Everybody loves dogs. So you just did a little bit of a change up here that we have new stickers. Stickers are new for about a couple weeks ago. So this is really cool. Can people submit their own stickers, or are you limiting that a little bit for now, or how are you doing that, as well as borders? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Totally. Yeah, the answer is yes, totally can. It is, it's not totally permissionless, as you might think. It's just a Google form. So if you are an artist, or if you're you don't even have to be an artist. If you just want to submit borders or stickers to be on the moshicam app and kind of used by anyone who might be interested, you can submit them through a Google form, and we have a template. We have a Figma template and sort of guidelines on sizes, the type of file and all that. And it's I would say the vast majority of the submissions we let through. We're not super picky about it. And so the bar isn't really high. I think we just want it to look not terrible, right? It should be transparent, right? You should be able to see a photo behind the thing.
Right.
But otherwise, people have created all kinds of frames that aren't even really Polaroid frames, right? Some are it's a circular frame instead of a square. It's the logo for an actual brand. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. But yeah, anyone can submit, and then you basically also submit your wallet address, which is where we would send you kind of the royalties whenever someone mints the thing that features your stickers or borders. So yeah.
And I'm still working on I do want to get this as a border. This is our little thing. So we will get this done. I'm gonna try and shoot for getting it done this weekend, and I did have some stickers I was working on as well with our little
you're not that
thing.
Busy. Seems like you're not that busy today.
I got nothing going on. Yeah, I got nothing going on. I've seriously been working. I spent so much time creating one, and then I hated it. I just didn't like the way it came out at all, and I'm I don't like this. And then I think it was Adrian. I think it was you who came up with the idea of we should use this, and I'm you're right. That's exactly what we should do. So
yeah,
I need to switch it up.
One more thing that I'll just piece of advice that I'll give out for anyone who is interested in submitting is try to make it more applicable to more situations, because the more specific it is and the more outrageous it looks or like the more unique it is, we've seen a pattern where like people kind of use it once and then that's it, right? You use it once, now it's on your profile, it's cool, but like you're not gonna put like you're not gonna like put it around every photo. And so the more like versatile ones are like the more plain ones where maybe the logo is like a little bit more minimal or whatever it is. And so that would be like the recommendation.
Do you need to be technical make moshicam frames, or are they called borders? Just to not confuse between frames.
Yeah, right. So it sucks. Like we wanted, it's clearly their frames, right? Clearly they're frames. I know. And it's like, okay, well, we want to let you share this to Farcaster and like make a frame out of it. So like, okay, what is it then, right? But yeah, frames / borders is what we're calling it. And you absolutely don't need to be technical. I mean, I think if you know your way around Canva, like if you can kind of like click around Canva, you can use our template. If you can use Figma, that would also be helpful, but there isn't like any like coding involved. But yeah,
Figma
like
scares me. When I looked at the Figma, I just could not. I'm like, I'm not a designer, and Figma, there's something so intimidating about Figma. But I was like, okay, I was getting all the like specs and everything, and then going back into Canva to like fix it.
Yeah, like if you want to make something really fancy and unique and interesting, then I think it's definitely harder. But just slapping a logo on a board should be pretty chill.
But I do love some of the stickers. They're really cute. And by the way, this ray gun, whoever did this, that's hilarious.
Oh my god,
the ray gun sticker is hilarious. I haven't used that one yet, but it's hilarious. I did like this. The higher sticker pack was really cute too. Those are fun to put on different things, and I think they ran a round where if you used it, you could earn some ETH in their channel and things like that. So it was very cool. But it's cool to see all the creativity and see what people come up with for frames. I do think having specific frames for events like the Farcaster Friday one, or FarCon, FWB Fest, things like that is really helpful, because then it does kind of mark the moment in time, but also it makes sense to do something that's a little broader too, that could be used more often. If you're doing it from a design perspective, for sure.
100%.
Adrian, any questions from you on moshicam, and then or anything else that we wanted to chat with Robin today? Kind of hogging the conversation.
Robin, I can give you some lightning round questions if you're up for it.
Let's do it.
All right, so we can get to know you. I only have one rule: you can't think before you answer. So
okay. I mean, that seems like me like normally in a conversation. So nothing changes.
Okay. So the first question is the question we ask all of our guests, which is, how did you make your first internet friend? So how or when? So this is someone you did not know from real life. You met online first, and then it became an IRL friend. And obviously the reason we ask that is because we're on a Farcaster show, and the IRL, or I'd say URL to IRL pipeline's an ongoing theme.
Yeah, hold on, let me think.
Yeah, you can think about this one.
This one you can think about. This is probably the one we should let them know ahead of time.
No.
People don't always have access. People don't always have access though to that memory without prompting.
I think MySpace is when I really came of age.
Oh wow.
And I was like just like super emo. Like my profile was just like a bunch of like flames, and and so I basically just like met a bunch of other emo kids there. Like I had my group of friends in it was in middle school. But I remember meeting mutual friends that way. So it wasn't like a pure like total stranger play. It was kind of like a mutual friend that we ended up being close with. I think probably literally no relationship whatsoever other than internet would be MapleStory. So MapleStory was like it's this Korean really cute. I don't want to call it anime, but like it's like this animated like MMORPG. It was really popular back in the day, and yeah, that was like a really fun way to meet people. And I think someone like helped pay, like literally like sent, I don't know if they sent me money, but like they paid for something for my character to have like a cool item at a time when like I wouldn't even think about paying for anything online. I wouldn't put my credit card or anything. So so that was pretty cool. I don't know if they were like, hopefully looking back, maybe it was a little weird. Maybe they were like targeting me or something, but I felt really special at the time.
That's funny. And what's really funny is I was watching OK Banger with Cameron and Kristen the other day, and Cameron was talking about how he was very emo in high school, which I cannot even like fathom that one. Like that's like feels so funny
Cameron
to me.
contains multitudes.
So, the Cameron contains multitudes, but I was just like, oh, that makes sense.
Now that we know,
such cases.
Now that we know it, I get it. But
yeah. All right, what else you got?
All right, Robin, what is your favorite channel on Farcaster?
I mean, I gotta say moshicam, obviously. Like, I mean, that's the one that I post the most in, but I love the DJ's channel.
Say that.
I was proudly, I think it might have been the first decentralized channel. Maybe like in the one of the first like few. But yeah, co-hosted with a number of other really awesome people, and yeah, recommend DJs if you're like interested in DJing. Anyone can do it.
Anyone can listen to a DJ set as well.
Anyone can listen.
So it's like you can be on both sides.
I did love that at FarCon that there were all the different DJs from Farcaster doing different moments during that set. That was cool with the rotating Farcaster DJs. That was a lot of fun.
That was a blast. Really cool to make that happen, and yeah, hopefully we can do it again in some other capacity.
All right, so we know the answer to this next one, but I'll let you say it. Morning person or night owl?
Night owl for sure.
Yes.
Night owl for sure. When you said you guys tape at 8:30 a.m.
Not even tape. We live stream. It's even worse.
Yeah, that's. I think I felt nauseous. I felt sick. But I mean, a big reason is like our team, like a lot of our team is in Asia. Our other co-founder Kaido, is based out of Tokyo, and so we have a lot of nighttime meetings, and I sleep in.
That's funny. And,
what country do you want to visit next? What's a country you want to visit?
I hate that I'm thinking. I think Spain would be nice. I feel like I've been in all like the major countries in Europe except for Spain. Obviously, Spain itself has just a lot of beautiful cities.
I believe it's a tier 3. I
literally just thought you were about to say that Spain isn't a major. Like I thought you were like, I've seen the major countries, the main ones, so now I gotta go see Spain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I have to
don't get canceled. Don't get canceled.
It's like what countries left? What countries left? No, I mean, yeah.
That's great though. That if you
the South Side,
one of my favorite places I've traveled. If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Ooh, I generally prefer nonfiction. So I don't outright hate fiction. Like I did see that one cast. Someone like was just like, hey, I literally don't read fiction at all. I don't know if I saw that. But I would probably write a nonfiction about, I don't know, like my family. Maybe like my grandfather, my grandmother, who have passed, but they were like, I don't know, like trailblazers in their own right. My grandmother was just like this unbelievable artist, who got her work featured in like these museums in Korea, in like the very old school style. But yeah, I feel like they just have really cool stories that should be like deserve to be written down, and I haven't gotten around to do that.
What is the art that's behind you, by the way?
Yes, so people ask if that's generative art, and I just think that's so funny that your head, like people's heads go there. It's my one of my close friends, his dad retired, I think about 10 years ago, and he took up painting. And cool. He wasn't a painter by training, but he just got really, really into it, and then he painted these, gave it to my friend, right, his son, and my friend gave them to me, which I felt a little bit weird about, but he was just like, hey, like, my dad made these, do you want them? Like, why don't you want them? And he gave it to us, and apparently my friend's dad got like really upset, and he was like, what the, like, I gave them to you, like, what are you doing, give it to your friend? but then we like framed it, right, and we like made it look nice, and initially it was like above our bed in our previous apartment, and so my friend sent a picture of that to his dad, and the dad's like, oh my god, like it looks so good, like I'm glad you gave it to them. It looks like much better.
Now it gets a whole audience every time.
Now you get a whole audience. There you go. That's amazing.
All right, a few more. Football or soccer?
Oh my god, I gotta go soccer. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Oof. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. By the way, my favorite thing about this question is you can literally think about it like how you answer it. If I'm asking, am I asking you American football or soccer, or am I asking you for the game? For the game.
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you call it? So
football. Yeah.
I think if you've been
football and not offend anyone.
Yeah, that's true. But I think if you're an OG on Farcaster, you know what you're being asked.
Yeah.
If you remember the channel debate, you know what you're being asked.
That is kiwi skin on or off.
Speaking of.
What?
How do you eat kiwi?
Robin, come on.
Do you peel the skin or do you eat it with the skin on?
I mean, off for sure. But then the way I get it is it's like diced up, and it's very nice in like a heavy like plastic container.
You pick it off the tree. I was like, the way you get it, do you pick it off the tree and it's
like at the grocery store?
Yeah,
at the grocery store.
It's in the public section in the sliced mixed fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like covered in pesticides, super processed. That's how I usually eat it.
No, chock full of antioxidants.
That is not how Vitalik eats his kiwis.
Last question. Last thing you bought with crypto?
Ooh, I mean, I don't think mochis count.
Sure they do.
Man, yeah, I mean that's like an everyday thing. I bought some hyper subs. So that counts. Yeah, I can't remember the last
physical thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably, honestly, yeah, it must have been at Fest where I was just paying for that was really cool actually. Like Bend, was the third party sort of payment processor. You just kind of deposit USDC into your account, and got all of my food and drinks through USDC that weekend. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was
great.
I love seeing more more payments in crypto, for sure. It's been great to see that happening more often, especially at crypto events. It's great to see, for sure.
Totally.
Anything else we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about, especially in regards to moshicam, or anything for the Farcaster audience, or crypto audience, I should say, that we didn't mention?
No.
And by the way, this is your co-founder, right? This is Tato. We forgot to mention him.
He's the reason I'm not a morning person. So he's in Tokyo. I don't remember this being taken, right? Like this was actually real fun story. So this was actually through our disposable cameras.
Yeah.
So we gave these out at the festival, and this guy Alvaro, I don't know if you guys know him, Alvaro Delgado. He's really, really cool. He's actually from Spain. Maybe that's why I want to visit Spain. But he took this, he got it developed, and sent it to us. But yeah, don't remember when this was.
So funny. I love it. And it's good to so you had the disposable cameras that you were handing out at Fest, and I still have mine, and I have not finished using it, so it might take me a while.
Same. I have to finish using mine.
I've only taken like 3 pictures, I think, on it, which was bad, but I kept forgetting I had it. It's so used to using your phone now.
Yeah.
I started using it, and then I forgot. So I might just have to like take it to all the events that I go to in the next year, and then get it developed or something. Take one or two at each event. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, no rush. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like, I mean, I don't know, like I really appreciate you guys, your support, right, for moshicam so far. I mean, thank you for the background. I mean, like look at Adrian's background. That's
I know,
amazing.
It's so fun. Did you see I forgot to pull it up, but the Gary Gensler
oh my
that
gosh,
you did. That was phenomenal. That was on the cover of our episode, as well as there's one more that's on the cover of this episode, which I'm not sure if you saw, but it was this one. We want to make sure we got this one in because it's hilarious. And this meme went around a while back, and I have to say that Johnny Mac, nonlinear, is neutral nothing. So that's the only issue I have with this chart.
It is. Yeah, I think part of what makes these charts exciting and enticing is the incorrect placement. It's like the tiered cities, right? There's always something you can point out that's like totally wrong. And that's what makes it honestly fun to put out into the world, right?
Totally. And that one was really fun. I like that particular one. So it's hilarious. And Ted and Johnny were going back and forth in that thread about that particular one.
Oh, can I set something straight? I just want to set a record straight. It's very serious. I'm not into feet pics. I promise. Like I'm not into it. It's this meme that developed, and like I might have leaned into it like more than needed, but it's caused it's not a thing. It's not a thing. I will say though.
We blame Keckers for all feet pics. It's the toe spacers. Exactly. It was the toe spacers. The toe spacers popped off, and then all of a sudden feet pics.
We've not covered the tongue scraping yet, by the way, on the show, and maybe that's gone too far. Maybe there's a reason we haven't. Bring the feet back.
Yeah, like feet are okay. I don't know about tongue scraping. But yeah, what I will mention though is like some of our users are really into it. And I've actually been seeing more and more. But I think the most fascinating part is like I don't think it's like a purposeful like weird thing. Like I honestly think that maybe there's like this cultural barrier or something. But like when someone first posted and like tagged me in it, I don't think they were doing it in like a to get my attention in a weird way. I think they were just like a normal person. And I posted this cast. I was like, I want to mint a bunch of like mochis, like give me your best ones. And then someone posted that. Yeah, and they were really serious about it. And I was looked at their profiles, like they have like all kinds of normal photos. And I don't think that they were trying to troll me. I think it was just like maybe just a cultural thing. And then I gave it my my best attempts. Thank you, Maxfield. But anyway,
that's funny. That's really funny. I think it's a little bit of trolling for sure. There's some trolling going on with the feet pics.
Yeah.
We like our memes. What can we say?
Okay, so we set the record straight, everybody. Do not send Robin your feet pics.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
He doesn't want to see them.
Please, like, definitely. I don't want to make this a thing. Like, just to make it super. No, just to make it super straight. Just to make it super straight. If you want to send feet pics, send it to @RobinsAlt. Do not send it. Do not send it to me. Do not send it to me.
RobinsAlt.
I will not. I will ignore them.
Oh, that's so funny. That's amazing. Anything else, Adrian, that we missed or that you wanted to talk about it? Your poor wife.
Only send Robin feet pics. Yeah, that's the problem with.
That's the problem with our audience.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You know what Max said? Real quick, Max. You know what he said before I got on the podcast? He said, "Are you gonna wear socks?" Super weird. It's a weird guy.
You're not going to see them.
You don't have to.
You don't show feet on the show. We have a no.
I'm not. I will not. I promise I won't.
This is getting weird. So I'll just say happy Farcaster Friday. Go out.
Happy Friday,
find an
everybody.
IRL event today. Yeah. If you've never done it and you think it's weird, lean into that discomfort and force yourself to go. You will not regret it. Like, by far, it's just do it. if you are in a city that doesn't have one, join the URL one. Hop on in. Yes. Also, if you've never joined like a weird like Zoom meeting with internet strangers, like also worth your time. It's like put yourself out there. And, like you won't regret it.
And also, don't forget to post your pics from these events in the moshicam in the Farcaster Fridays channel with the Farcaster Fridays frame, and add your own little stickers and make it your own. And you might win some. You might win a little something. There's gonna be some prizes. So go check that out.
And save the date next Friday, everybody. That's last thing.
Oh, that's right.
Save the date next Friday, September 13th. GM Farcaster is turning 1 year old, and we're doing it with a 24-hour stream with lots of fun things. So clear the calendar.
Yeah, next week's going to be a little crazy. So tonight we have Farcaster Fridays. Monday we're going to have somebody from the advocacy channel from Stand Up for Crypto. Wednesday, I don't even know if I told Adrian this. I did, but I don't know if she knew.
You never tell me anything.
Never tell her stuff. We have Carrie Louise, who's a comedian who's going to pop on, who's a friend of mine, who's starting a stream, who's going to pop on, and we're going to talk a little bit about like why she's not on Farcaster. Dive into that a little bit. Awesome. It's going to be a little different.
Fair.
And then Friday, 24 hours of streams right here. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be going all day long, starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and then ending at like 9 a.m. on Saturday. So
are you both? Sorry, are you both staying up the whole time? Like, are you both doing it? Are you tag teaming it, or okay?
We're gonna have some pre-recorded content mixed in there, but we will have something going for 24 hours. We also have some folks who might be filling in for us and doing a little guest hosting at certain times. So we've got a few things planned. More to come on Monday with all the details. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun celebrating 1 year of GM Farcaster, which is crazy. And all that's happened in between. Yeah. So hopefully I can get the frame up before then. So that's why I'm like, it's on my mind of like, it's got to be this weekend. Because I would really love to have it for next Friday. The border.
The border.
Yeah.
The border.
The frame border.
The moshicam frame border thing and stickers. Yes. I want to get those done. So with that. Frame. Border frame.
The border frame. The border.
We need a
frame
new name.
Border.
We need a new word.
Yeah.
Cut this. Edit this out. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. We're gonna edit this part
out. Well, I mean, I just want to say like congratulations. Early congrats. I don't know if I'm the first person to officially congratulate you on a live stream, but
I think you have been. I think you might be.
Yeah, you are.
Unreal run. So excited. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it landing on Friday the 13th, but just love everything that you've been doing, and I think I honestly think that there's a lot of there's more content creation happening on Farcaster as a result of GM Farcaster, which is so cool.
We're glad to see if we inspired anybody to start their own thing. We're really happy.
Oh, no question.
Really happy.
No question. Yeah.
So we love you all. Yeah, it's exciting, and I really didn't think through the whole Friday the 13th thing when we started. It just kind of was like, we're starting today, and it's the 13th, and I didn't really think it through, and then, there you go. So
we're not superstitious.
Yeah, we're not superstitious. We're going to have fun. So I'm excited about it, and we will see you all on Monday for our regular 8:30 show with our friend from Stand Up for Crypto, the advocacy channel, and then we'll see you tonight actually for Farcaster Fridays. So for those who are going to join our URL, we'll be here. And with that, everybody, have a lovely Friday, and bye-bye.